Alright, today I'm doing beans and greens. This is a recipe I learned from my Uncle Bill. Very simple, very easy, very delicious. Here we go. There's my greens. That is just some trimmed up kale. It's about one bunch, about 3 handfuls. Any green works, Swiss chard, escarole, anything like that. I got a jar of Italian white beans. That's a 12-ounce jar. Alright. The seasoning, very simple. I'm going to go with 3 cloves of garlic. I'm going to crush those. And about a half a teaspoon of red pepper flakes. Now here's how I want you to start this. A little different. Cold pan. All right, drizzle in about 3 tablespoons of olive oil. Then put the heat on low. Add your garlic. So now the garlic's going in the cold oil here. What I want to do is I want to infuse the oil with the garlic. I don't really want to fry the garlic. Sometimes when you add the garlic to the hot oil, very harder to control. It cooks too fast and anyway, I want you to bring that up nice and slow up to temperature. It's going to see that it's just going to start just very gently sizzling, and just a little safer technique. So now we have a nice garlicky base for our greens, which we are going to add at this point. So just when the garlic starts to sizzle, again, it was on pretty much low, medium low, all the way so far. Throw in your 3 or 4 handfuls of greens. Now, I ran a knife through those. I kind of like them chopped up a little bit smaller. I think they cook faster and look nicer in the final dish, but that's up to you. A little bit of liquid here, just a couple tablespoons of chicken stock, maybe a 1/4 cup, 1/3 of a cup of a nice chicken stock. And I'm going to turn the heat up to medium. And I'm just going to wilt these greens down. I don't know, I'll show you. So we're just going to start the wilting process here. Now the seasoning is very straightforward, very simple. I'm going to put in about a half a teaspoon of red chili flakes. All right, black pepper is also very nice in this. I just went with the chili this time. I'm going to put in a nice big pinch of salt. Now be careful. A lot of people like to top this with Parmesan cheese. If you do that, you're going to be careful with the salt at this point. And on medium to medium-low heat, I just want you to wilt those greens down until they kind of collapse. See, there's still a lot of body to them. They're still kind of springy. You'll see here in a few minutes. Fast forward to a couple minutes later. See now how they're kind of wilted? They're still green, but there is a little bit of liquid coming out, and they are what you'd say soft, or softer. At that point, I'm going to add my jar of drained beans. Now there's where you get a little controversy. My uncle basically does half of them drained, half of them not drained. Gives it a little thicker texture to the final dish. I prefer it a little bit more separate, the beans and the greens, so I drain mine. That's really up to you. Do a little experimenting. And what we're going to do is we're going to put the lid on, and we're just going to let that kind of simmer for about 5 minutes on low. Hey, there I am in the reflection. Hi, how you doing? Okay, there we go. 5 minutes later, take off the lid. Now you'll notice there's a little bit of liquid at the bottom. This is fine to serve like this. So a couple things you can do here. Some people take a potato masher or a spatula, and they actually mash a few of the beans to thicken it up. What I like to do is just kind of push against the sides of the pan so the liquid pools up in the center. Turn your heat up to high, and for 2-3 minutes just boil that liquid down, and you can kind of thicken it that way. It's fine just to serve like that, no problem. So a few options there at the end depending on the final texture of the dish, and there we go. Dish of beans and greens. I sprinkled a few more chili flakes on top. You saw yesterday we topped it with our shrimp wrapped in prosciutto. But hey, you could eat it just like this. Very healthy, obviously. High carb or low carb, high protein, low fat, all the good stuff. Now, looking at that bowl, I'm picturing a beautiful pork chop on top of that, a nice piece of grilled salmon, maybe an Italian sausage. See, there's so many things that you can do with this. And like I said, beautiful just eating plain. So thanks, Uncle Bill. I hope you give this very simple recipe a try and enjoy.